Okay, good morning. I'm just gonna have to make do because my phone has been dying a lot, and so I just want to make sure that while I'm doing this, it's not dying. And anyways, um, for starters, I'm definitely not drinking coffee of my choice. I dropped the ball on something, so now I'm just yeah. Mm. Let me turn this down because I do not want to be in trouble by the YouTube police. Where is it? Where is it? Hold on, y'all. Okay, look, y'all. Without further ado, by George, I think she's got it. Bober, please stop. Thank you. Look, all of that crying and moaning and groaning I was doing was not in vain. This was supposed to happen. If I ever thought I knew who the F I was or who the F I is, I did not up until what led up to what is now for me. Um, mm, y'all, this is not real coffee. God. Um, but anyways, my neck, Jesus, ow. Um, y'all, the many different ways I want to go right now. But no, like no, seriously though, old life ripped away, old life. So we are in a new reality. I got tested, and y'all talking about flying colors? I'm protecting my peace at all costs. At all costs. Now here come the details. The person that I was like, the apple don't fall far from the tree. Whew, I felt that with all my soul when I did that. All my soul. That person is my ex-husband. I've been trying to, well, not, I, anyways, let me quit trying to sound so profound. Let me just talk how I talk. Oh my God. Genuinely wanting to have a healthy, loving friendship because I hold him so near and dear to my heart, in spite of all the bullshit that we have been through in our lives, regardless of who was wrong, or maybe this is part of the conditioning, and I don't even know anymore. Like, I think of one thing, but then there's, well, what about this? Because you can be with someone so long and still really not know them. But anyways, I mean, I'm not diving into any hurt. This is just wow. I'm seeing this through a new lens now. So, just wanted to have just a good, healthy friendship, and also to maybe just show our kids that, dang, in spite of all that, they're still friends. Oh shoot, I'm supposed to be turning. Oh, hold on, y'all. Sorry, YouTube police. I do not want the rights to any music that was just playing in the background. I do not want no trouble. I want no smoke. Please, please. I sorry. I sorry. I forgot. Um, Here, let me just hold this because, okay. How about in two different places? Something was like, you deserve rest. You sleep in, it's okay. It's like, yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. But why for the last 2 days I've been up around 9? So 9 o'clock may be 9:30 may be my new time. I don't know. Because there's something I want to start doing around early morning. And I'm going to have to get up earlier. So, but anyways. No, I wanted that so badly. And so it had its moments where it's like, wow, like this is my best friend. After all of the fighting and everything, this is my best friend. We could sit and laugh. And more importantly, we don't have to be physical in that way. You know, that way, what I'm talking about. Um, and then it had its moments, obviously. So recently, back on the up and up. But then he said, not once, not twice, but 3 times to me, why are you talking to me or questioning me like you're my woman? Here lately, it was just to check in and see, hey, that's what friends do. I don't know what kind of friends you got. Now I'm dipping into the words we had earlier today. Let's get past what led up to let's get to the moment. How about I knew before I had this conversation? Like, no, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm just, but the other side is like, nah, Keisha, man, he playing your face. You have got to say something. I'm like, okay, wait, well, I need to make sure I watch my tone because okay. I was like, okay, cool. So wait, I just text. No, not okay. Opportunity presents itself, and I came in. Woo, I came in hard. That landing was crash landing. I mean, flames and sparks and Lord. I'm sitting back and like, dang, you may need to tone it down a little bit. All I wanted was a simple apology. And I realized so many moments just it's like, Keisha, he does not want to validate you. He wants you to still feel that sense of unworthiness that you used to carry all of those years. That's why he refuses to apologize. But before we got to this point, I knew once I had this conversation, this was going to be the cutoff moment. And it went just like that because he tried to gaslight me and went into immediate narcissistic defense mechanisms. Ooh, Lord Jesus, that's a mouthful for it to be not even 10:30, not even for it to be 10 o'clock. And I'm just like, wow. Like while I'm watching and listening to myself engage with him in conversation, I'm just like, wow, Keisha, this is what this looked like. Before I got to that point, I knew this was going to be it. Irreparable damage. I still irreparable damage. Okay, my lips are not working this morning. I don't know. I try to break down the syllables. Syllables. Is it syllables? Jesus, English class, Lord, y'all. I used to English class, man. What? I got an Anne Brannon in English. Oh, such a proud, defining moment for me. If you don't know what an Anne Brannon is, just research it. That's me. But anyways, I knew that this was going to be the defining moment. And as it was all playing out, and again, narcissistic defense mechanisms. There we go. That flew. That the way that flowed. I get flowed. Oh God. I'm gonna have to brush up on some things. The way that just effortlessly. But I knew beforehand because of the lessons. This is all familiar. I've seen this all before. And I was like, and the last words I heard were, man, I don't have time for this or whatever. And click by. He was still talking. Click by. You will never get another chance to try to make me feel small, to not take accountability for your actions. Never again. And from that moment on, I'm like, you know what? Okay. I was pissed off. I wasn't even hurt. Because remember when I said, I don't think I mentioned that it was him. I said, what? I said, fuck your friendship? I think I might have said something like, maybe said something that, but yeah, that shit's done. It did. Tonight? Not tonight. Last night? Was it? Yeah, last yesterday evening. No, it's fuck your friendship, bro. You lost out. Not to be cocky. Not to be cocky. I am a fucking blessing. And he fumbled that shit so damn hard. Because I believe that it takes friendship. Friends become best friends. And when people say I married my best friend, that's what I wanted. This was me trying it that way. And he's so fucking numbskull. Because when I was looking at him through the lens of friendship, it was such a beautiful thing until it wasn't. So, what's love got to do with it? No, but seriously though, I don't know what to say. But I knew that was the last obstacle that had to go for me to continue on doing what I got to do. I went to an event last night. I found it on Instagram, and I hesitated to purchase the ticket. I did, and then I was like, well, if I'm gonna go, I should do VIP because why not? I'm trying new things and doing. I'm doing the things that I know I deserve, giving things that I know that I deserve to myself, loving on myself. So I'll do VIP. Okay, all right. Y'all trying to plan my outfit. Then I had a wardrobe malfunction. Oh my God. But I got there and then, oh my God, I got there. I pull around to the back. I didn't even, what was the, y'all, I be so hyper focused on just get there, just get there, just get there. Mind you, in a part of a city that I'm not familiar with, I was so embarrassed. Oh my God. But anyways, the event validated so many things that I was doing right, even if it was wrong. Because if it's wrong, I'm gonna learn the lesson and eventually it's going to be right. Just like what I just went through with finally realizing that that part, it can't happen. It won't happen because it'll continue to push you down and strip you of your self-love and strip you of your self-worth, and that's way too expensive for my heart. Way too expensive. Way too expensive. My heart is so expensive, and I just been handing this shit out for free. Just how we're not gonna go down that road. But anyways, validated everything I was doing. I went there expecting to, hold my heart. Oh, I did so many times. And at one point, a woman was grieving because she's actively getting a divorce. And I remember crying because when they asked, have you tried everything? Like that, it hits your heart in a way. I said yes, and I felt like I did, but later on in retrospect, no, no, no. The things, the things. But anyways, to see that it got me. But to be able to relate, but I've already learned that and been through that. All the things I'm hearing different women say, and it's man, I remember that. I learned this lesson recently, or a couple of years ago. So there was a lot of love in that room. Let me say, lot of love in that room. There was also a lot of hurt, a lot of hurt. And I, as a Cancerian, had to filter, filter, filter. I should have worn my rose quartz. I did wear my black tourmaline bracelet, and I think that might be. I think that's the crushed obsidian. the process. It was such a good experience. Such a good experience. I'm so glad I went. I had a dating plan, but I'm not saying that I'm not going to put myself out there, but there's no just know I had steps and steps and steps, but it's only one thing now. One thing. Not revealing it because, I just sometimes some things are just for between me and my higher self, the most high. Shout out to them right now. And shout out to myself, my remembering something from last night. Transparency. That was talked about last night. And I'm just like, wow, like this verifying and validating and just congratulating me on just a job well done for listening because literally honesty, transparency, all of that just straight through. I mean, with no chaser, like literally, like I don't have no time for lies. I don't have time for deception. Like this is what you gonna get, and I'm real lethal with my honesty. So I'm gonna put that mirror back on you and see what you were. Are you reflecting back? Because if it's mismatch, go the other way, please. I have to make my energy expensive now, which it already has been, but I haven't been careful with it. So for 2 seconds, I thought I was ready to be on demon time. Let me say that because it wasn't all just yes, it was angels coming down and hearts being plucked and oh my epiphany. No, initially I was ready for demon time because I said some shit last night out of anger, shit that I normally wouldn't say because I know it would sink my heart a little bit. 'Cause, I'm trying to say my heart light is a feather. That's very important to me, even though I'm entitled to errors because I'm human. But if I know better, that's accountability. So I said some shit last night, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm not taking it back. I said what I said. because sometimes you gotta show them that you not about to fucking play with me just because I'm out here and sunshines and rainbows and hearts and pink glitter. Just because the flip side is just as extreme and lethal because it's verbal and emotional. I'm not scared of my karma. Whoever provoked it should be scared. And I'm not saying that to be cocky. I mean, look, it is what it is. Because sometimes you got to pop that monster out. And that's why I keep mine locked up and not locked up, just entertained elsewhere. Because once she flip out, yeah, look, it's gonna take God to be like, hey, and all, because literally that's what happened. I'm like, okay, fuck it, I'm on demon time. Fuck it, I'm on demon time. Even did a video. I even did a video. But then something was like, no, don't do that. Trust that is being dealt with. Don't do that. Keep. All right, I was like, all right, cool. Okay, fine. All right, cool. I trust that it's being dealt with. Because, like I said, pray about it is done. Mm. Shout out to my colleague. And you don't know who she is, you're going to have to do some research. Because at this point now, if you don't already know, you're just going to be lost until you do some research. Unless, because we talking on grown people time now. Grown people time. I have lived my best life. I am living my best life. But right now is just, what is better than the cherry on top? I don't know. My life is pretty good. My life is good. I have my moments. But when it comes to just looking and realizing things that these types of moments of gratitude are just priceless. Like finally realizing the thing that was my senior year that we wrote out, and finally realizing that came true. That happened. That type of just validation is priceless. Would I do this shit again though? No, not at all. Because this is, I don't want to say this is the rough patch or the rough road or the oh, my throat is so dry. I feel like I'm sounding like a frog or a guy in puberty or something. I don't know. I wet my whistle a little bit. Oh, that event I went to last night, oh my goodness, it was so healing. Just thinking back, uh, so glad I went. I hesitated, and then I would go back like, well, maybe I just do just general admission. I'm just like, but no, I want to experience. I'm so glad I went. I skedaddled out there after the fact. I don't know why I didn't stop. Ooh, ow, my finger. And y'all, I got the VIP experience, to be able to do like meet and greet, right? But why was I even too shy to even do the meet and greet? But I paid for the experience. I don't know. Sometimes Keisha, yeah. But yeah, and then I left, I skedaddled. I don't know why I did that. I did take some pictures. Y'all, oh my God. They had live roses on the seats. Live. Like, what? Um, a saxophonist? It was such a good time. I mean, it was such a vibe. Even had a little bit of church. Well, they took you to church. There you go. It wasn't like, churchy or anything. Um, and there were men there too, men and women there, men and women there. Um, these type of things, this matters of the heart and loving yourself better, to be able to love others. These types of things is what really matters to me. And it made me feel good to know that I at least tried to be a better friend than I was a wife to my ex husband. I felt like then maybe this will make up for all the years that, even though, he wasn't no angel either, but I took it harder because I had confliction in my heart. At one point in time, I didn't I didn't have a conscience and I didn't care. But then once it switched, it's just like, dang, why can't I get it together? But that's a whole nother side, a whole nother. But mind you, two different, one, excuse me, one, two, two different times. You know what? That's neither here nor there now. Because I know who I am. And I don't need to have a friendship to prove something. I don't know. because I said, once I said it out loud, because leading up to, I was like, okay, I feel like I'm your friend, but you're not mine. And then I said, are we not friends? And it was just deflection and this and I said, okay. So I'm like, all right. And once I asked that question, I echoed back through me. Well, fuck your friendship. He learned new ways to disrespect me. New ways. Never fucking again. What I went to last night just enforced what I was already putting in place moving forward with anyone, friend, family, lover, anyone. Now, I'm not going to be out here, with a hard heart. No, I don't have that type, I can't sustain that kind of energy because when I'm stepping outside, whether it's raining, whether it's windy as fuck, or it's a bright ass, hot ass, Texan sunny day, I'm emitting, shooting out love. Pew, 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 pew. Because I absolutely love a rainy day. And then okay, it's hot outside. I absolutely adore the sun after having many, many days of rain. Like, what happens when it's just sunny? Y'all burning out? Look, then we stay inside. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, 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 okay. Um, but no, but yeah, so I just, someone's being stupid right now. Someone's being stupid right now. But yeah, so train of thought just derailed. Okay, no, I know what oh, get this, not because that's what that is. On the way home, right? Do what I do, talking to God in the car. Tell me why. And it was two different things, but I can't remember what the second thing was. But the first thing was, so while I'm talking to God, okay, I see my exit, and this idiot didn't want to let me in. Like I'm blink, got my blinker on obviously, and I'm needing to get to my exit. So I'm like, okay, well, fine. So we fast and furious in this bitch. Okay, so I'm like, all right. So I start inching my. You gonna either slow the fuck up, or you gonna be stupid. He chose. He wanted to be stupid. So I lay into my fucking horn. That's when his bitch ass decided he gonna zoom past people nice enough to let me in to get to my exit. Turns out it was the wrong fucking exit. I said, damn, I did all that shit for fucking nothing. I'm just like, I can't believe this shit just happened. And it's like, the devil is mad. The ops is mad. Oh, they mad. They mad. Because I now know what my new direction is. And what am I going to tolerate? And I got my shit together now? You mad? Oh, boo-hoo. Wipes tears with $100 bills. Okay. Okay. Well, shit. Get a cape. Be Superman. And so I said a prayer for all that last night. And it is what it is now for whoever is call themselves being mad. Because trust me when I say, if anything happens to you and I come to mind, you probably deserved it. Did I pray and wish harm? Did not. No, did not. Did not at all. Just know what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong and will be addressed accordingly dealing with me. But that's just karma, period. When I tell you having a heart light as a feather is real shit for me, it's real shit for me. Like, I know I have to be careful with what I say because the emotion that backs it, boy, I was gonna give a prime example, but that's okay. I'm not. I did already what I was going to say. I was just going to, but yeah, I mean, I go down that road. But it's like a veil has been lifted. And for the first time, I am actually looking and experiencing life through a different lens because it all, I've seen all this shit before. That's where I'm at right now. I've seen all this shit before. I don't have to, I've never reacted, but this is now I don't have to react. They said it last night, which is what forgive them, for they know not what they do. I last night was confirmation because the stuff that I've been dealing with, I can remember saying very recently, I said in the song, I even love my enemies, but that's the thing, you know, love your enemies. I said to myself very recently, I don't know if I can love my enemies. How do you do that? I just, I pray for my enemies. They said that, well, not last night, but in the song or where in a different song. Well, I don't have enemies. It's just people who just, for whatever reason, irritated by my light. That's all I have because while you're feeling how you feel and I have no idea you feel this way or just on some weird shit, like, it just didn't make sense to me. So But anyways, all that to say, again, life it feels like it feels different. Like I said, just old life, just that's gone. Every year, something about I notice something significant about me changes. This by far is probably the best one yet. And whatever this is, I am with it. I love it. It's about fucking time. Whatever this is. And another thing they talked about last night was peace. And y'all know, oof, I eat, breathe, sleep, peace. Absolutely. And I can't even think of the song. What? Oh, the song is Joelville, "Sexy." I like the version with oh, what is the chick that sings with them? But anyways, at one part of the song, he says, "You cannot defeat my peace," and that has something. That has been something I've always have said. Not always, not always. Once I realized that this is it, yes. Then I came across that song, and I'm just like, that shit right there, and it hit so hard and so deep. Like, right, I ain't got time. That's why I'm not about to show you who I really can. Basically, show you who I can. I can show you you, but 10 times worse. Ain't gotta do it. Ain't gotta do it because if I'm gonna do it, it's gonna be one time, and I'm gonna make that shit at one time count. I hope. I pray. I never, because I know it's in me. Because she had a little tidbit last night. I'm so grateful we got that addressed because if I were to get on demon time, mm, trust me, it'd be a bad thing. It'd be a very bad thing.